The Ford F-Series pickups have been the best-selling vehicle in the United States for the past 32 years, and the best-selling pickup for 37 consecutive years. Of course, those that worry about towing, off-roading, all opt for the big V8-powered F-150. But what we have here today defies that notion. Meet the 3.5-liter V6 Ecoboost Ford F-150. It's got plenty of power, comfort, technology, and most importantly, it's extremely capable. I'm Tom Albrecht, and welcome to FL Detours. The outside of our test Ford F-150 is a very elegant ruby red with monolithic styling that laughs in the face of aerodynamics. But to offset the increased level of wind resistance, Ford's big to-do about this truck is that they introduced aluminum body panels. The weight savings from using aluminum can be up to 700 pounds depending on the configuration you have. Engine type, crew cab size, bed length, etc. It all plays a part. With the weight savings, one would naturally expect better fuel economy across the board. The EPA estimated fuel economy rating of 17 city and 23 highway for the 3.5-liter Ecoboost V6 seems pretty good, but I'll discuss the reality of that shortly. The new Ecoboost puts out 365 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. There's also a bevy of other engines available. So let's get back to fuel economy. The EPA rating isn't necessarily dishonest, but there's a major caveat. If you opt for the off-road package with the off-road tires, you'll end up getting no better than 16 or 17 miles per gallon total. If you're looking to get the best mileage out of your F-150, keep the street tires on there and don't have a heavy foot. But not having a heavy foot while driving around with this Ecoboost is pretty much mutually exclusive, since the motor moves this truck from 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds. Yes, that's right, 5.6 seconds. With that in mind, fuel economy should be low on your priority list if you're looking to get the truck in this off-road option setup. Speaking of off-road, I initially wanted to see how well the F-150 would do off-roading with this particular package compared to the Toyota Tundra we reviewed and the Range Rover Sport Supercharged. Unfortunately, the parks department in the area has been relatively slow opening things up after our brutal winter, so this time around it was a no-go. But to give you an idea of what the F-150 on paper is capable of when it comes to off-roading, the truck is well equipped with off-road tires, hill descent control, 3:31 ratio electronic rear locking differentials, off-road tuned shock absorbers, and underbody skid plates, digital display of wheel angle, vertical and horizontal angle of the truck, and of course the most crucial part of them all, stickers. Going on some dirt roads and driving across our pothole-riddled streets in New York, I'll comfortably predict the F-150 is just as capable as the Tundra in off-roading situations. The mechanical requirements are certainly there, and the driving and handling felt confident and collected. Power is pretty much on point all the time, and there's not much turbo lag from the twin-turbo engine. Since this was tested on roads, let me get more in depth with that experience. The F-150 is big. It looks big, it drives big, it is big. However, it handles well. Body roll was very minimal and tame, steering feedback on point, same with the pedal and seats. Very comfortable while driving, providing enough feedback and information to keep the driver in touch with the road environment. The one issue I noticed, which I had the exact same problem with the Tundra, the off-road tires dislike cruising on the highway or going faster than about 40 miles an hour. They seemed to hunt for a smooth line, and I needed to make minor corrections to keep the truck tracking straight. I initially didn't notice it, whereas in the Tundra it was immediately apparent. But it's something to consider if you're looking at the off-road package. Let's get away from off-roading for a second. How capable is the F-150 for what it's made to do? Here are the maximum towing and payload capacities for each engine. Notice how the Ecoboost outperforms even the 5-liter V8. By those numbers, this Ford F-150 V6 Ecoboost seems to be the most capable of the lineup, which should be quite a surprise for those that love big V8 engines. If these numbers end up being true to the real world, it seems like the era of big V8s is coming to a close when you need power and towing capability. This truck has the XLT Sport Appearance Package, which adds colored accents, colored door handles, a black grille, chrome exhaust on the outside, and cool interior features with chrome and quality-feeling plastics on the inside. They also include the flow-through console and floor shifter design. There's a towing package for this truck, but I have limited knowledge when it comes to the finer points of hitching a trailer or all the neat features that help with towing, so I can't really speak to the validity of Ford's claims that this is the best truck for towing. The interior is large, easily fits 5 with plenty of legroom, and the seats are really comfortable. Tons of storage and technology are available as well. power rear sliding window to the bed, rear camera, blind spot monitoring, USB inputs. Forward sync is present as ever with a big screen in the center console as well. Sync seems to gradually get better. This time around it was quick to the touch and convenient for playing back music and navigating. On the more analog side of things, buttons, and big ones too. You're wearing gloves? No problem. The buttons are wide enough and spaced appropriately that if you've got gloves on, you won't be mashing 3 or 4 buttons together at the same time. Convenient for this target market. The seat heaters get hot quickly, and remote start is really helpful for those cold mornings. The shifter in the big middle console is nice to the touch, with the ability to manually shift the transmission as well. A minor peeve of mine when selecting drive on the shifter is that I almost always went too far and ended up being in manual mode or the lower gears. Bear in mind, this console setup only comes with the truck with the Sport package. A few more items to round out the interior. It has plenty of power outlets, both 12 volt and 110 volt, like the outlets in your house, cup holders, and plenty of storage. This particular truck also came with an LED package, which lights up the ground brightly underneath from the side mirrors. Also in the bed of the truck are LED lights that help with loading and unloading at night. The tailgate has a step that pops out and a handle as well to help you in and out of the bed. I took this truck to the local garden center to pick up some stuff. Packed a bunch of shrubs, soil, and fertilizer in the back of it, and the step was a big help trying to get stuff in and out. So in conclusion, comparing this truck to the Tundra we drove, I prefer the F-150, interior-wise, hands down. It's more elegant and it's more comfortable. And if you're going to a construction site or just to your local garden center, the F-150 really is a joy to drive. However, I felt that the Tundra had a little bit more of a solid footing when it came to road feel and handling. At one point, around a certain turn, I managed to break the rear tires loose and let a little drift happen for about a half a second to a second. However, the truck never felt like I was going to lose control, and I didn't feel like I was doing anything wrong mechanically to the truck. The F-150 handled better on hard turns in terms of body roll and traction, but when I started to get a little more aggressive, the F-150 felt a little bit more delicate. This is an entirely subjective opinion because I know, based on the legacy of the F-150, it is tough as nails. All in all, if you want a capable truck and you really want something awesome in terms of class-leading features, comfortable interior, serious power from a brand new twin-turbo V6, this is the truck you want to consider when shopping. So that about does it. Thanks for watching another episode of FL Detours, and let me know what you think about this 2015 F-150 in the comments below.